Hi guys, this is Race on What Is No What If. This will be with deku with the reincarnation of Naruto and Sasuke, Part 4. When last left off, Izuku kills the man who killed his parents. After Aizawa puts Deku in handcuffs, he basically wondering why did he do that? Why did he kill that man? Izuku tells him, that man, he killed my parents. Aizawa curiously asks Deku, can you prove it? Deku, in a depressed tone, saying, my father, Asashi Midoriya, my mother, Inka Midoriya, died several years ago in a grocery store, and that man is one of those men that killed my parents. So they continue to walk until they get close enough to a police station. Aizawa asks Izuku, so what were your goals? Izuku tells him, well, I want to become a hero, but I don't think I can. Aizawa, not looking at Izuku, basically asks him, well, why not? Izuku telling him, because I killed that man back there. Getting closer to the police station, Aizawa asks Izuku, so, if you didn't kill that man, what type of hero would you be? Izuku tells him either one somewhat similar to All Might but different, a nighttime hero, or a one that does interrogation. Other than that, I don't know. Aizawa tells him, well, I have one more question. I used my quirk on you, but how come it didn't stop that little trick you did back there? Deku tells him, what I use is not a quirk, it's part of my life energy. Aizawa looks at him and says, so a hero somewhat similar to All Might? Deku tells him, yeah, but I don't think I can. Aizawa tells him, alright kid, I have trust in you. Deku with a confused look saying, what do you mean? Aizawa takes him out of the cuffs saying, alright, you want to become a hero? I'm going to a certain school called UA. Try to get there. And try to do any stupid stunts like you did back there. Believe me, try that again, you will go to prison. Aizawa begins to use some parkour and climb onto the building, but Deku used chakra on his feet to climb out the wall, asking Aizawa, what do you mean by you trust me? Aizawa tells him, you were just a very young kid being fueled by hatred and sadness, so I want to give you a chance to become a hero. And plus, I see potential in you, lots of potential, and I don't think... Aizawa tells him, the only thing that really gets me annoyed is people who waste their potential, and I don't want you to waste yours. Being locked up, so I want you to become a hero. After Aizawa says that, he's been training Izuku for the remaining months he has left before UA, and also doing some vigilante work along the way, him being his partner. For the last remaining months that Deku has left, he told Aizawa that my power is called chakra, and everyone has it. Aizawa is not really sure about Deku. He tells him that, can you prove it? Deku pulls out some red chakra from his arm and puts it to Aizawa. Aizawa looking at Deku saying, so what is that supposed to do? Deku says, you're tired, right? Aizawa tells him, yes. He put his chakra right into Aizawa's arm, saying that he's no longer tired. Aizawa tells Deku, okay, I believe you, but I gotta ask the question. Whenever you go into a battle, I see you using different elements, and before you use them, you used to use some weird hand signs. What is that all about? Deku tells him, oh, so those are my abilities. Those are called jutsu. But in the process, I have to do some hand signs before I can use any of my abilities. That requires chakra. Aizawa is a little bit interested. He asks Izuku, hey, is it possible you can teach me some of your jutsu? Deku tells him, sadly, I cannot teach someone with a quirk. You see, you do have chakra, but apparently your quirk is blocking it. If you never had your quirk, I could teach you it. Naruto tells Deku to not tell him about us. Deku asks why. Sasuke tells him, I don't think he's ready. Deku asks, are you sure? Naruto said, we used to be human, and now we turn to a giant energy-based creature stuck inside a teenage boy's body. Do you really think he can want you to understand? After Deku hears it, he's saying, yeah, but when will I tell him? Sasuke tells him, I'm not sure, but now is not the good time. After night is almost over, Aizawa tells him, okay, so an energy-based quirk that allows you to use the elements. Deku wonders, wait, what are you talking about? Aizawa saying, that's your quirk. After Aizawa tells him this, he writes it down. Deku tells him, I told you, my power is not a quirk, it's called chakra. Aizawa tells him, I know that, that's why I'm gonna write it down, so when the teachers ask what your quirk is, that's what I'm gonna give them. Deku shows him, oh, okay, thank you. Aizawa tells him, no problem. Oh, and you said that since my quirk is blocking my chakra, I can't use jutsu? Deku tells him yes. Aizawa asks him, so is it possible you could teach someone that doesn't have a quirk jutsu? Deku tells him, I think I have to give them my chakra first, then I have to teach them some jutsu. As always, that can be pretty dangerous in the wrong hands. Deku tells him, oh, don't worry about that. If that ever happens, I learned a technique that allows me to stop them from using their chakra. Aizawa tells him, won't that kill them? Deku tells him, it will stop them from using their chakra, not take it away. Aizawa says, wait a minute, so if quirks run on chakra, and you can stop that, doesn't that mean you can stop them from using their quirks? Deku tells him, yeah, I guess so. After Aizawa and him talk, he goes to his apartment and falls asleep. After that, Deku falls asleep. He falls asleep for 5 hours. After he wakes up and goes to UA. On his way to UA, he begins to fix his hair. And if you guys forgot what Deku looks like in this series, this is what he looks like. So if you guys forgot, this is your reminder. I also forgot to mention, during that hunt, Deku changed his name from Midoriya to either Uchiha or Uzumaki. You guys can pick between the two. Once Deku gets inside the building, he waits until President Mike begins to speak. When it came to President Mike speaking, everything was half the same except for Deku mumbling. Now when they get outside to go for the robots, Deku goes to the exact same ground as he did in Canon. If you guys wonder what is Deku wearing, he's just wearing a blue tracksuit. When Deku gets up close, he tries to get up close to the front. When Deku tries to get up to the front, Ida grabs his shoulder and asks him, what are you doing? Deku tells him, I'm trying to get up to the front. Ida tells him, are you sure you're not trying to ruin that girl's opportunity to get in? Deku tells him, no, why would I do that? Ida tells him, so you can get an easier way to get in. Deku tells him, no, I'm just trying to get to the front, I promise. Ida tells him, well, okay then. When Deku gets up to the front, Naruto tells him, alright, it's time to show off our skills. Naruto asks him, are you ready? Deku tells him, I was born ready. Once the doors open, Deku runs down the city. President Mike tells him, go, there's no countdowns in a real battle. After that, everyone rushes towards the robots. Once in battle, Deku already got 40 hero points. After he uses his shadow clones to get more points. Deku makes a total of 12 shadow clones, each of them racking out 20 points each. After the shadow clone racked up a total of 20 points each, they all begin to stop, and Deku waits like a few minutes. Deku waits a few minutes until the test is almost over. That's when he begins to see the 0-point robot. When he sees the 0-point robot, he wants to prove himself to Naruto and Sasuke. So he begins to hop from building to building, getting closer to the 0-point robot. When Deku gets close enough, he doesn't know what jutsu to use on it. But then he hears Uraraka begins to scream. The Shadow Clone picks her up and runs off. After the Shadow Clone leaves, he begins to make a massive Rasengan, destroying the top half of the robot completely. After Deku destroys the robot, the clone stops and asks Uraraka, are you okay? He said, no, I think I sprained my ankle. The clone proceeds to heal her. After Deku gets done healing her, he tells her, can you walk now? She tells him, yeah, I'm okay now, thank you. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoy. And you see the question, I want you to type it down in the comments below.